Let's talk about human resources recruitment, the idea of hiring employees. Really, when it comes down to it, you want to hire the very best employees because you're going to start a new company and bringing personnel is going to be critical. You are going to be ultimately responsible because it is your company. And here's the saying, 5% of your workforce produces 26% of the output. If you can be smart enough to hire the very best people and work with them, think about the prospect of having the spectacular ones who could produce the massive. Those are the people that you want. There's two different processes: hire from inside or promote from inside, or bring in from the outside. As a small business, you need to sit down and go slow if you possibly can, but sometimes if you go too slow, you may miss all kinds of opportunities. Internal recruiting, a lot of times you want to sit down and hire somebody on a part-time basis, see how they work out, then move them up to full-time, because then you already know if they're a good worker or not. The only thing is, a lot of people want to go through and work full-time right away, so in a process. A lot of your resources, especially for internal, come from employee referrals. If an employee puts their name out saying, "Oh, hire Joe. Joe's a great guy," the reality is that if Joe's not a great guy, that employee looks really bad. So if Joe is goofing off at work, it looks bad on the current employee. He's going to get on Joe's case. There's a lot of merit to doing that. So the other part too is maybe if you hire somebody and they work out 6 months, maybe you end up giving a $200 reward to the employee that recruited them. Realistically, in today's world, that actually is a really good aspect of it. Make certain that when you hire somebody, you really say, "This is what I want you to do." If you say, "There's 5 basic jobs, but if I ask you to do anything, because we're a small company, I want you to do it. We're here working really hard to make sure we're successful. We want to make a profit." So whenever you hire, always go through and have a focus in as to what overall you want them to do. When you recruit, you're supposed to gather a pool of applicants. And that could be 3, it could be 5, it could be depends on the market. One job I posted one time, believe it or not, for a part-time childcare worker at Saddleback College. It was in the middle of the recession. For a part-time job, no benefits, 766 applications. How do you possibly choose out of that? What you actually do is in the pool, you get all these applicants. Your first job is to get rid of those you don't think are qualified for it. So it's not about choosing the best one. It's about getting rid of those who shouldn't be in that pool. So you really want to sit down and focus on it. You may not be that fortunate, especially right out the door, but if you have 4 or 5, your first job is to see, can they do the job? A lot of times, if it's a low-level job, you don't need to have high skills. What you really want to hire is, do they have that fire in the belly on the inside to sit down and be able to do all the different things you're going to ask them to do? A lot of times character overrides the ability to have skills. You can always train skills, but you can't train character. So that being said, gather a pool of candidates. Temporary employees really work out well, references from employees, and the thing about part-time to full-time, especially as you grow your company. So this is all about recruitment. The next section will be about selection. Take care.